Welcome to Season 1, Episode 5 of my talk show today. I hope you enjoyed last episode, although it wasn't as talkative as usual. That's because I showed you an introduction on how to do something. But nonetheless, this is anyway, I got an update on the problem with tracking Hear what happened. So today, I got back on to watch the tutorial on how to download and everything. So I went into the crack file and saw that replace. So what I needed to do is replace that file and go to the crack file and copy that DLL file to x86 and replace it with the other one. So but at least I got Eric and Jennifer working again. The weird thing is it doesn't work with screen reading software like it used to. Like, it still doesn't work like it did before for some reason. But no worries, because I'll still be able to use it in Balaboka and maybe make a video of it. And maybe something like that. And it'll be awesome too if I'm able to do that. So, yeah, that's pretty good. Also, new things that's also going on. So, can you believe tomorrow's one holier on YouTube? That's a lot. I'll probably make a video about that soon. Tomorrow, maybe, I don't know. But I don't know. I'll probably see about what I'll do during that time, as that'll be a fun time, I think. Because then it'll show me having this account for a long time, so it'll be really good. And it'll be awesome. So, recently, you saw our balloon launch at Sunbury, Ohio. And it's near the fire station at the Sunbury Fire Station. Now, if you've seen other videos before, the one video of it setting off a tornado siren, that actually happened. I don't know how the heck those balloons could actually set off a siren like that. I have no clue. I have no clue what happened, how that happened. All I know is when I had the balloon on, had it a long time ago. But it probably would have been a good thing that didn't go off right away on Saturday, because Grandma was there. If she was too close to that thing, she'd freak out if that thing went off. I wonder if it went off yesterday when we left, but I don't know. I'm sure maybe it might have, maybe not. I don't know. But if it does, who knows? But it'll be interesting. So, speaking of balloons, I've watched these videos before of people releasing balloons with GoPros attached to the camera, attached to the balloons. Now that seems quite cool, as people tend to track it and they get it back, which is good. And then they'll upload the footage, and then you can hear the wind blowing, and you can see the thing, how it looks like when it's flying up, what it sounds like when it flies up there, and and then there's a parachute so that way it don't crash. But mainly people do this with weather balloons, not much of helium balloons. People tend to put a lot of weather balloons in the GoPro cameras. Not much of helium balloons though. But they're kind of the same, except weather balloons travel further than helium balloons. I'm sure you know that already. But yeah, it's kind of funny. And when you think about listening to these videos, when the balloons are so far up, it's like dead silence. You can kind of hear the wind moving, like when the camera moves. but like there's dead silence, no birds, no nothing. It's just dead silence because they're like in the high space. I mean, that's just kind of like how it sounds like. And if you've seen them, the only thing you'd be able to hear is the camera, or if it's moving while it's flying around. But it's just a bunch of empty space, like in the video, like you know what I'm talking about. If you watched something like that, it's just like that. So I have GoPros. I have 2 GoPros. I have one at my mom and dad's house where I'm at filming this video right now, and one at my grandma's house, and they're all GoPro Hero Session 5s. And they're all GoPros. They're all GoPro cameras. Now that's what I use to record me at Homewood Suites Hotel swimming in the swimming pool. When I was down there last spring break. Hopefully I'll be able to do stuff like that more and film it. Because that one's a pretty good video. If you haven't seen that video, you go check it out in my channel. It's quite fun. Yeah, during spring break we thought we'd go out in the hotel and just swim around and do all that other good stuff. And we'd do all that stuff, and we'd swim, and it's all that other good stuff. And it was quite, like I said, quite fun. I would say it would be. I said it was. I would say it would be quite fun, as it was fun. Seems like it. And speaking of tracking balloons, it'd be cool if you could actually have something to track them with, besides like using a GoPro and a GPS or whatnot. If there's some sort of radar or sort of software, like you could use to track them somehow. I mean, if you could actually build some software you could use. Like if you need new programming, like if I were to program something, it would probably be something where I could track balloons and track them and see what's up. I mean, because it's kind of cool to see where they end up. Heck, they might even end up landing in a desert. Who knows? But you never know. They might end up in a desert, and who knows? And that's what I would like to know. And if there's some radar machine or kind of software you could make, or whatever, a program for a PC or device you could use to track something like that, I think would be interesting enough to do. And I think it would be really good to see what happens, to see where it goes, and to see where all that awesome stuff goes. If I was gonna make a tracking device, this might not be a computer device or a computer program. Well, it could be a computer program. But if I wanted to make build a device, maybe a tracker with satellites and antennas on there that were used to track things in the sky, such as balloons and things. And you could be able to see it with the satellite and the map coming from the signal, depending on how good the signal is. And for some accessibility people, I could program in some speech, so instead of looking at the screen of the device, it could actually read out where the kilometer of the balloons are flying at, what speed, what direction, or where it's about to go through, or when it's about to come down. And it would show the whole picture of the sky, what's attached on it. It couldn't just have to be about balloons, it could be anything. But if I was going to make something good like that, that'd be actually good. Or if I were good in programming, That's another good thing I'd be do if I was going to program a Microsoft application that would allow you to track something like that, depending on how good your connection is or whatever. And it could like be good like that, and you could just see anything. Heck, you can see other balloons people have flown, and maybe that might just not be balloons. It could be might be a drone. Someone's flying by, or well, maybe not a plane, but just other things. But yeah, that would be. I think that'll be really good to do. So enough to do that, and it'll just be interesting. We'll see what happens. So, as we're talking in the discover of that, heck, even if we had a location of where the balloons are going, maybe you could drive in there and take a footage of it coming down somewhere, and it'd be interesting though. Heck, even if you had a tractor, you could put your GoPro on the balloons, set a parachute, and then track the devices, the GoPro and the balloons, with any tracker software, if any radar or tracker software that is around. I'm not sure if there is any around there. I probably would be the first one to make one, but I don't know. But if there was, you would probably be able to track it. But then I would put a message saying return device to a certain address, which would be this one. So many people would be like, well, why would you put your address in there? Well, if you wanted to attach something that is important, like maybe something you were filming it, like a GoPro, you would want to make sure that you have it back so that way you can actually see the footages and maybe edit them and everything. So you can put it there and just do all that. But the tracker doesn't just have to be for the GoPro. It could be for anything. Like if you just wanted to look around and see what's around, see if anyone's launched one off. And boy, maybe not only could be a balloon tracker, but it could also be anything like a helicopter coming. Who knows? I don't know. But I don't know. Maybe something to make something like that. It'd be something different, though. I know that. I think it'd be something different. There was a good app that I used to like. I told you about it. But you launch virtual balloons and you can track them with a map. It's called Helium Balloons, which is by LabWorks Incorporated. Well, or should I say LabWorks, whatever. And, really, the really cool thing is you can actually adjust the size of it. And you can actually do stuff like that. And you can adjust the size of it, make it a teeny baby. Maybe you can make it Iron Man, or just as big as him. Who knows? And then you could write something like you would on a real balloon, and send it up and then once you send the balloon, it'll tell you your kilometers in the direction that it's heading to. If it's going south, east, west, or north, depending on the wind speed. And depending on the virtual wind speed. And also, the cool part is you can actually track where the thing is. So if you go in the bottom of the screen, there's the Track and Pick Balloons tab. Now if you click that tab, it'll take you to a map, a Google map or whatever it is. And it'll show you all the balloons, and it might show other people's balloons too, because I think I've found some that some others have done, and it's shown it. And the ones that landed will show the date of when it was launched, when it lands. And too bad this app isn't really available on the App Store, because I'd probably still use it. probably if they would have updated the app, it probably would have been awesome to use, but nope. No one ever updates their software anymore, so it's probably just whatever now, apparently. So, apparently that's basically that. Nothing else. Really. So. Well,
I'm in the zone and I'm already gone, and it's already on. Should've already known. Act accordingly, you're in wrong. Ain't got a nipple here, gotta get my clone. Don't smoke, but I still stay stoned. Ain't high on cheap and Buddha. I'm high on thinking, Lord, praise you, Jesus, hallelujah. Yeah, and we call this soldier worship. What's it to you? Wanna hear him say, well done, not depart from me.